So you cannot run a marathon without a roadmap. You cannot run a marathon without knowing that in which direction you need to head. If comparing constitution is written in your syllabus, how many questions on comparing constitutions have been asked in last 10 years in mains? And if they're asking us to compare, which countries are they specifically focusing on? This is a micro level understanding. This is where your micro level knowledge will help you. So, right formation of your themes, incorporating micro themes. When you develop this, only then you will be able to make a perfect timetable. I'll be inviting Aaditya Pandey, IAS 2022, All India Rank 48. And he will be joining us, he'll be joining me on Sunday, September 8th at 7 p.m. So whenever people talk about UPSC exam, UPSC Civil Services exam, there's a segment of people who compare this exam to a marathon and not any other activity, not a sprint, but a marathon. Which makes me think that why do people compare this exam to a marathon and not any other sport? So over a period of time, I have come to this conclusion that the traits that you require to run a marathon are exactly the traits you require to complete UPSC or crack UPSC in your initial attempts. To run a marathon, you need to cover a great distance. You need to run at a certain pace, and you need to have a very good stamina. These are the exact traits which you require to clear UPSC. You have a great syllabus to cover. You have to maintain consistency over a period of time, and you have to keep pushing. So marathon is testing your endurance, which is an attitude. So UPSC is also checking your attitude. Many attitudes, of course, perseverance, patience, the ability to stay there despite going against all the odds. And that is why the analogy of comparing this exam to a marathon is ideal. So today or this month is September 2024. And if you are targeting UPSC 2026, which is roughly 20 months away, the prelims of 2026 is 20 months away. Believe me, this is the right time to start this marathon, because you will get an early advantage over aspirants who will be joining next year in May or June. And you will also have a plan, a roadmap, which is very, very important. So you cannot run a marathon without a roadmap. You cannot run a marathon without knowing that in which direction you need to head. And this is very important. So again, the obvious question will come to your mind is that if you have to start now, you need to have a timetable. Because without a timetable, how do I actually develop a roadmap? So if I have to divide this roadmap, there are three very important pillars. One is, of course, your timetable, your daily timetable. As mentors, when we say that to prepare for this exam, you need to cover three important pillars on a daily basis. One pillar is, of course, your static area. A lot of topics of polity, history, economy, geography, or Big Four require a great understanding of static knowledge. So you have to keep reading, revising, making notes of those static areas. Then there is current affair that is happening on a daily basis. Current affairs is equally important for all three stages of the exam. And then there is a mighty optional, which ultimately decides your rank in the final list. And it is ideal, it is recommended, it is desirable to cover all these three pillars on a daily basis. Now, how your timetable can be personalized is that you will decide. You will decide, of course, that how much time you need to give on a daily basis to a static topic, to a current affair topic, or to an optional. Now, that could vary. And this is where your timetable would vary. But you have to cover all three aspects. But before, again, making a timetable also, you need to understand how this exam works. What is the syllabus for this exam? So when you broadly look at the syllabus, you will see so many words written. For instance, if you read GS2 polity, you will see historical underpinnings, evolution, features, amendments, basic structure. So these are definitely very important themes. But after reading these themes, the next step that you will do is you will go to PYQs. You will see how many of these themes are being repeated. If comparing constitution is written in your syllabus, how many questions on comparing constitutions have been asked in last 10 years in mains? And if they're asking us to compare, which countries are they specifically focusing on? Which countries are important for me if I have to cover this theme? This is a micro level understanding. This is where your micro level knowledge will help you. So, right formation of your themes, incorporating micro themes. When you develop this, only then you will be able to make a perfect timetable, because your timetable will have the mention of these micro themes. And the last step for your roadmap has to be, of course, answer writing, note making, and revision. So the ideal way is to make notes, to revise them, and to write an answer. But again, you will be doing this at your own pace, not a universal pace. So whenever you get clarity on these three things, a timetable, in fact, a micro timetable, theme, a micro theme, and your answer writing, revision, and note making strategy, then you are good to go for UPSC 2026. And prelims is 20 months away. So this is the right time. Now, what we will be doing is, I'll be inviting Aaditya Pandey, IAS 2022, All India Rank 48. And he will be joining us, he'll be joining me on Sunday, September 8th at 7 p.m., where he will be telling you more about this. He'll be giving you a clear roadmap for 2026. Of course, he will have his conversation. Our conversation will have the mention of these three important themes that I just explained: your timetable, your micro themes, and answer writing, note making, and revision. And often we ask these toppers, rankers like Aaditya, that if you had to start again right now, what are the things that you will keep the same, and what are the things that you will change? And of course, over a period of time, these rankers have developed this clarity that this is definitely, or XYZ is definitely that we are going to do, but we are very sure that these are the things we are not going to do. And whenever you know what not to do for any mission in your life, you get a lot of clarity and your mission becomes easy. And it is always recommended to take inspiration or use the wisdom of these toppers who have figured this out correctly. And why Aaditya? Why are we choosing this topic for Aaditya? Because Aaditya, again, is one of many rankers that I have interacted in the past and seen him very closely and worked very closely with him. The clarity that he has with respect to understanding UPSC, the nuances of UPSC, syllabus-wise, the mindset to get into UPSC examiner's mindset, he has a very, very fine understanding of it. And he does not shy away from expressing whatever he feels. So he wears his heart on sleeve, and he will tell you that this is exactly what you require and this is exactly what you don't require. And you sometimes need this bluntness, you sometimes need this clarity whenever you are, whenever you are undertaking a mighty project like UPSC. So Aaditya, according to us, is a perfect officer to help you give a solution to your problem, that is UPSC 2026. So we will be in our conversation discussing a roadmap for 2026, which will have these three themes: your micro timetable, your micro themes, and answer writing, revision, and note making strategy, so that you can start your marathon, UPSC marathon, from this month only. And for next 20 months, for the next prelims, you are very well prepared. You have a clarity, you have a roadmap how to go about it. And of course, you have to prepare this exam in an integrated manner. So you cannot be preparing this exam in isolated manner. When I say isolated manner, you cannot prepare prelims differently and mains differently. So there are concepts that you need in mains, which you will also apply in prelims, right? So it is always recommended to prepare this exam in an integrated manner, and your timetable on the basis of themes that you will make your timetable will or should have both the areas covered, mains as well as prelims. But you have to keep switching to the mode. You have to switch to MCQ, solving MCQs, and you have to switch to answer writing. But you cannot ignore anything. Hence, preparing for both prelims and mains becomes very important 20 months ahead of the time. So we are very confident, I am very confident that if you attend this session with Aaditya Pandey IAS, you will get a lot of clarity how to go about 2026. So if you are a beginner, if you are a working professional, if you are a college student, full-time aspirant, no matter who you are, no matter what your age is, come join the session, and I am very sure you will gain a lot of understanding about this exam. So see you aspirants on this Sunday, 8th September at 7 p.m.